Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the Chanel. That's what all the beauty bloggers do. They call their channel, tell it, Tom, they call their channel their Chanel. Welcome, everyone. It is great to see you for another episode of Stampin' Chat Live. I am Gina from Gina K Designs, and I am here with Tom. Where's Tom? There he is. Hey, Tom, how are you?
I'm doing well today.
Yeah? Having a good day?
Yeah.
Yes, today is a good day. We are excited because today Rena graduates from beauty school, and we're going to get to celebrate with her tonight. So that's very exciting. Hopefully a little bit of her time will free up, and maybe I could even entice her to come onto the show and do a mandala maker card. But in the meantime, we have a brand new bundle that just was released on Monday night, and lots of you have that bundle on its way to you. So I thought I would do another fun card for you featuring the bundle. Now, in the last card that I did, I didn't use the stamp set. So I thought today I would use the stamp set and show you another fun way that you can incorporate that into your card making this fall season. And I see all of you coming in from all over the country and all over the world. This is a great time for our friends in Europe because they're just getting home from work or maybe just finishing up dinner. So we get to see a lot of you as well. So welcome, welcome. All right, so for those of you who didn't see the new layering stencil bundle, it's a really cool bundle that has 3 layering stencils. It has a complete 6x8 stamp set, so a big stamp set, and it's got a huge die set. There's just dies nested into other dies on a board, plus a word and shadow die. So if you haven't picked this one up yet, this one, I think it's my favorite so far, although I love the other ones because I love how they mix and match together. But this is a really fun one. It's called Fluttering Fall, and it features butterflies hand-drawn by my daughter, Alicia Krupski. So we're going to use these today, and we're going to use this stamp set. See how big this stamp set is? Also, I really love the greetings in this stamp set, just how delicate they are. So this is perfect, not just for fall, but for all year round. But like I was saying on our release party night last Monday night, I was talking about how fall always reminds me of butterflies. I feel like I see more butterflies in the fall than any other season. So it's a perfect way to celebrate fall, but also a perfect way to use stamps that are going to be timeless. I mean, year round, you can always use butterflies in your collection. Okay, so I thought today I would make a mini Slimline card. So I'm going to be using the mini Slimline dies for this one. And so I'm going to cut this a little bit bigger than a mini Slimline die. So I like to kind of measure these out. This is 2 3/4 inches by about 5 3/4 inches. So I'm going to make my card about, I'll go about 3 1/4 inches. And then I'll go a little off the 6-inch mark on the side there, because I want to make sure that after I do what I want to do on this card, that then I can cut it out using the mini Slimline die. All right. So what I wanted to do today is, like I said, I wanted to feature this stamp set. And I don't know if you noticed this, but these butterflies just by themselves are beautiful. Like, you don't need the whole background if you wanted to do something fun with just these butterflies. So that's what I'm going to do today. I'm going to use just the innards of the butterflies, the inside parts. I want to use all 3 of them, and I want to kind of do like a rainbow fade. A couple of you were telling me on Monday night, it's too early for fall. So I wanted to do a bright rainbow card to just show you that butterflies are perfect even in the summer, and we are still in the summer. Okay, so let's start with this big guy right here. Let me remove this top sheet. Okay. And then I'm going to use my embossing magic pad, and I'm going to rub this all over the surface of this card. Oh, for those of you, what's up with Rena? Rena went to beauty school and took about, about 18, 19 months to complete the program. And we all knew that she was really into beauty and beauty culture, and she always looked. Oh, there's my phone ringing. Huh, look at that. Let me give this to Tom. Here you go. Oh my goodness. So I have my kids set where their phone numbers just, you know, burst through any mute that I have on. And so when my kids call, we always answer. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to ink up this stamp using some Versamark. But yes, so she went to beauty school and just got, today's her last day, so we're going to celebrate with her. Okay, so I'm going to start right in the center here, and I'm just going to turn this on an angle like this. And I'm going to stamp that one. And then I'm going to stamp a couple more. I'm going to stamp one up at the top and one down near the bottom, but I'm going to change the angle. Now I can see these. I know you guys can't see them. That's okay. You can see them when you do them yourself. The Versamark or whatever embossing ink you're using is visible, but it's very hard to see on screen. And because these are pretty far away from each other, I'm not too worried about overlapping. But once I get these first three down, I'm going to emboss them separately. I don't know if you guys remember very early on when I was starting my lives, right when we were in the heat of the pandemic, my friends used to call me during the lives just to interrupt my lives. Okay. All right. So there I have 3 butterflies there. And I know, again, you still can't see them, but I am going to emboss them. And then you'll be able to see the shine a little bit. These are just so pretty and delicate. They make such a nice background without all the other parts. Just a fun look. And I'm thinking, you know, I love a bright rainbow. There's no doubt I love a bright rainbow. But this would also be very pretty in a pastel rainbow. So you can always go that route too if you're making maybe a, I don't know, a card of encouragement or a sympathy card or something like that, where you don't want it to be quite so bold and colorful, but you still want to have a lot of color there. Pastel colors might work a little bit better. Okay, so we used those 3. We used that one for those 3. Now I'm going to use this one here. Let me show you. It's easier to see this way. I'm going to use this one here. I love this one. Its wings kind of look like hearts. I love that. Okay, and I'm going to clean this stamp because I got a little embossing powder on it. So let me do that real fast just to make sure that nothing impedes our images. Okay. All right. So I'm going to do these like here and in here. And I don't know, can you guys see that shine a little bit on there? I don't know if you can see it or not, but yes. Okay, good. Thank you, Tom. I really want to ink that up. And then we'll get that one going right in here. And then we'll do one over in here. I like turning the stamp upside down when I ink it up because I can kind of see, especially if I'm doing color, I can see that the color got all over the stamp. But I don't know, I seem to have more control this way. So let's do this one here, like that. Okay.
Sue wants to know if you ever cut the tidy tails down to different sizes.
You know, I have not done that, but I've heard that people like cut them in half and then they have 2 separate ones that they can use. So you certainly can do that. It doesn't hurt the tidy towel at all. But I haven't done that. I actually have like 4 tidy towels. I just like having clean ones. So I have 4 of them. They're pretty cheap. And then I just throw them all in the washer together. Not a very expensive tool, and I've been using the same 4 ones pretty much since they came out, since they debuted. All right, so now we've got those, and let's just see here. I think this will fit perfectly right there. We'll do one over here, and then we'll do one down here. So this is this smaller one, which I just adore. That one is so pretty. You know, when I asked Alicia to design these for us, I don't know, I have a certain impression in my mind of what a butterfly looks like, and she was coming up with these really beautiful styles, and I was so excited to have them. The tidy towels they're not microfiber, but they are lint free. They feel very much like, almost like an animal skin. They're not, they're synthetic. They've got a lot of a plastic in them, but they feel very much like an animal skin. They feel leathery. They're not microfiber. I do know that. Okay, we'll put this one here.
You mean they're vegan?
They are vegan. Yes, they are. They're vegan.
As far as we know.
They're vegan. All right, we'll put this one here.
Argita's up.
Argita! Oh my goodness, Argita. Everybody loves your new stamp set. Okay, and we'll do this one here. Oh, I see somebody asked, when is Alicia going to study in Italy? Well, Alicia has put off Italy. We're all a little worried about the path that COVID is taking right now. And she's just going to stick around here and postpone that for a little while. But the good news is Italy has been around longer than the United States, and it's going to be around for a long, long time. So putting that off is not a bad thing. Plus, I get to have her home longer, so I'm not complaining. But I am complaining about COVID. I'm not a fan. I don't know anybody that is. It's kind of a weird thing, but you know. Okay. So there we go. Now I've got almost all the butterflies embossed. And the reason I'm doing these in sections like this is, number one, I want to be able to see where I'm stamping. And number two, I don't want the Versamark to dry too much because I want to make sure that I've got even, even embossing. And if the first ones were much drier, I might not get such an even embossing. Now I have one more spot right here. So I'm going to take this butterfly with the little heart wings, and I'm going to add one more in there just because I don't want a big empty spot. Oh, Pamela, you went to the Paul Mitchell School? That's awesome. That's a great school. Rena went to the Aveda School. So, yeah. Okay, so we're going to do this one down here. And there's that last one. I actually went to beauty school. I think a lot of you guys know that in my former life, I was a hairstylist and a nail technician. One of my former lives. I'm like a cat. I have a lot of former lives. Okay. So there we go. We've got some beautiful butterflies going all over the place. And I loved the beauty industry. It's a very fun industry. It really is. It's not just like, for those of you that work in that industry, and I know we have a lot of people who are hairdressers or nail techs. In fact, there's a lot of people who actually own stamp companies that were nail technicians in their prior lives. I don't know what it is, but I think the beauty industry and crafting are very, very similar because they're both so creative. All right, so now I'm going to grab my blending brushes. So these are the old blending brushes, and I also am going to use, just knock something over here. I'm also going to use our new mini blending brushes to do a little accenting. All right, so we're going to do a vibrant rainbow today. So I'm going to start with Red Hot. Let me get some colors here. I don't have any colors out. I'm going to do Red Hot. I'm going to do Sweet Mango. I'm going to do Wild Dandelion. Sometimes I change and I do Tangerine Twist or I do Red Velvet. So, and either one of those. If you're doing pastels, you could use more like Dusty Rose or, oh, even I think Dusty Rose would probably be a good one. And then you could use Sweet Mango, and then Lemon Drop would be good, or Sweet Corn. But I'm going full blown vibrant here. And Tangerine Twist is also very vibrant. Maybe I'll do that one instead. I'm thinking on the fly. You guys know that I do that. So I'll use Tangerine Twist. And then for greens, I'm going to use Jelly Bean. I've been using Lucky Clover recently, but I think I'll give Jelly Bean a little love today. And then I'm going to use Turquoise Sea and Wild Lilac. There we go. So there's my rainbow. And if you wanted to add one more color, you could always add Passionate Pink into the mix right after the Wild Lilac. And the pink is a great crossover to go back into red. So, okay. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to do my rainbow kind of on an angle going down instead of straight up and down. I'm just going to go on an angle. So we'll start with the red hot. If I can open this. Why am I weak today? I'm trying to open an ink pad. Okay. Alrighty, and I'm going to get a piece of paper towel here. I always do this like when I first get started with my blending brushes because my memory is failing me now, and I don't remember the last color I used on here. So it could have been like tomato soup, or it could have even been cherry red or something. So I just want to get some of that ink off of there, so I'm getting true red hot. Yeah, the mini blending brushes are awesome. If you're thinking about getting them, even just get a couple to try them. They're sold in 2-packs and 4-packs. So if you want a full-blown 10 that fits in the stand, you can get 2 4s and a 2. If you just want to try them and have some brushes for a little accent coloring, a 4-pack or a 2-pack is perfect. All right, so I'm going to start up here, and I'm coming in hot on an angle right there. And then, if you took your paper towel, you'll get some of that off, but we're not going to worry about it till the end. Okay. So now I'm going to go to my next color, which is going to be Tangerine Twist. Yeah, I know it's COVID is tough. It's really hurting a lot of people's hopes and dreams right now. But, my biggest fear and her biggest fear is that she would get there and things would get worse. And then she'd end up getting locked down and she wouldn't be able to get home. And then, she's in a foreign country. So it's better to kind of see how things go. Okay, so there's my tangerine. Now I'm going to go back over that line again with that red hot to get that nice blend, that nice fade in there. And then if you want, of course, you can, go back over it with your paper towel so you can see how this is coming out. I love the blend, and I love the fact that, you don't really need like all the details of the butterflies to create a beautiful background like this. I'm adding a little bit more tangerine, coming down a little bit farther. And again, I'm going to wipe this off, because now I'm going to go to my wild dandelion. All right. Okay. Ooh, let me put this brush back. Got to get them back in the right order here, or I'll pick up the wrong one. I put them in my stand in rainbow order too. All right, now we're coming in with the wild dandelion, sticking to that angle. So our ink, if you're not familiar with our ink, or you don't have any yet and you're thinking about it, our ink has a special smoothing agent in it. And it really helps to make blending so much easier. It just blends so beautifully together. And then as it dries, you can't even see any lines anymore. It's really, really nice. So I'm going to go with Jelly Bean next. Another good color for in here is apple mint. If you're, I don't know what colors you guys have. Some of you have like one green of ours and you're like, what's a good substitute? So I try to throw out other color names that work when I'm doing this. Okay, now I'm going to come up again along that wild dandelion with this jelly bean. Now, I'm very light here. I didn't ink that up a lot, but I'm going to go back and add some more. So we're sticking with summer here, right? We're not worrying. We know that we can use butterflies for fall, but what's one more fun summer card? I'm just going to wipe that because I'm going to go back over it again, over the line with the wild dandelion to kind of create that between jelly bean and yellow, which makes it more lime. There we go. Isn't this fun? Such a simple card, but just so vibrant and fun. Okay, now we're going to get into some turquoise. Now, if you don't want to use Turquoise Sea, you can always go lighter and use sea glass or ocean mist. I know I had some Tranquil Teal on here, so I want to really rub this color off. I think I'm ready for a new paper towel. Okay, so I'm going to ink this up, and then we're going to go right along there. Got to make sure I leave a little bit for purple because I really think that purple coming in at the bottom really finishes the rainbow off. But if you only make it to turquoise, that's okay too. It's really beautiful. It's really Wednesday already. This week is kind of flying by. Hump day. Now I'm going back over that line with the green to get that blue-green kind of oceany color in there. You see how that just kind of pulls it all together? Now, you don't have to go as a bright rainbow. You could do a rainbow that's just these colors going through if you wanted a more softer look. But I don't know. Rainbows are so hopeful, aren't they? They're just such a symbol of hope. Okay, so I've left some room now for that purple. So we're gonna add that purple. Okay, here we go. Now for the purple, purple's pretty vibrant, so I'm going to come from the bottom here, darker, and then work my way up into the blue. Go. And go right along that blue line to kind of make a periwinkle. That excess off of there, and then we'll go back in with the blue right along there and get some periwinkle action. That's where you get that kind of glowy blue. I love that right in there. Okay. I love to see the purple come in at the end, don't you? Get a little more down there. Now, of course, I love the whole thing, and I'm sure that you guys, when you get to this part too, you're like, oh, I don't want to cut any of it away. It's so pretty. But when you do your die cutting for this, you just want to make sure that you get a little bit of every color. So, when you lay that on there, make sure that you're just picking up a little bit of that red and a little bit of that purple as well. Like that. Okay. So let's cut this out. Let me get rid of my blending brushes. But before I cut it out, I kind of would like to accent the butterflies just a little bit. And I think I'm going to do that with the mini blending brush. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to just put the butterfly stencil on top like that. And then for the red and orange, I'm going to accent with red. So let me get my red baby blending brush. I'm going to get the red hot. So by going around a little bit with the red hot, just along the edges a little bit, just just to deepen that up. And then I'm coming in over here a little bit with the red, like that. See, it just gives you that little bit of, what did I do with my paper towel? Gives you that little bit of accent. See that? It's very subtle, but you've got a little accent around the edge. Okay, so I'm going to clean this stencil. Okay, now for the next one over here, got to kind of figure out that line there. I'm going to use orange. So let me get my Tangerine Twist. Why did I put these away? I need these. I don't have to hold it and get dirty. All right, so I'm going to do my Tangerine Twist next. A little tangerine on the brush. Line that up. And I'm not worried that it's overlapping a little bit there. That's okay. This is just going to define these a little bit more, just on the side. Do the same thing down here. Just be careful not to get into the green there. Very light. See how pretty that is? Just accenting a tiny bit. And it's very easy to do with these mini blending brushes because they're not so big and they're not going to go over the whole thing. So I'm really just kind of catching it right on the edges. All right, here we'll do this one the same way. So we'll do this one in red. I always decide to line it up and then have to use my other hand to do all this action. Okay, here we go. A little red hot. Just like that. I think that could use a little more. There we go. Let's go a little heavier. Ooh. Yeah, there we go. So let me show you that a little closer. It's almost like you're taking like a Copic marker or something and just highlighting around the edges, but it's different because it's so much softer. All right, we'll do this one next. Now this one, wow. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to use red up here. Let's use a little bit of red. We'll go in here with a little red for accent. Like that. And then I'm going to try to do this with one hand. We're going to go on to the yellow with a little orange. Just a little bit there. And then in here, we'll use the green. So let me get the jelly bean green. Let me find my green blending brush. So come down in here. And we could even add, I've got a little blue on this brush. We could even go a little blue right in here. Ooh, that looks pretty. It's better after you wipe everything off. See how that looks? Okay. So let's do this one next. If you ever bend your stencil, you can just bend it back the other way and it's totally fine. They are delicate, so. All right, a little orange on this one. Let's see if I have orange left on this brush. I believe I do. And then a little red up on this side. Once your brushes get fairly saturated, you don't need to re-ink quite as often. Yeah, sometimes the ink pads can be a little tight. I like the way that just kind of comes down, and I don't know, they're all kind of blending together really pretty. Okay, so now we're going to do this one. We're going to do some greens and blues in here. I love this butterfly. Don't you love the wings on this one? So pretty. So we'll get green going up here. And we'll mix some of that blue in there that I already have on this brush. Really fun. I think you guys will like trying this technique. Just the little accents make a big difference. Okay, so for this one, we're going to do blue, and I'm going to go like a darker blue. So I might even bring another blue color in here. So let's go with the Turquoise Sea first. Get a little bit going in here. Okay. And then I'm going to have to put something on that for a second. I'm going to do Tranquil Teal because Tranquil Teal is just a shade darker than Turquoise Sea, and I want to accent the bottom there. So I'm going to use the same blending brush. Just a little bit of, I'm going to rub some of that off because I don't want it to be too dark. Oh, they're pretty. Yeah, the babies give you so much control. These little mini blending brushes, they really give you a lot of control. So this one, I think I'm going to stick with this Tranquil Teal going around. See how that changes that purple. It might make it more deeper periwinkle down there. Yes, it did. And then for this final one, because I don't have much of a darker purple, I could use maybe edible eggplant or plum punch for a different color. But I think if I use this one and I go with the Tranquil Teal, it's just going to darken up that purple and just change kind of the color of the purple. You see how that just changes the purple in there, makes it a more periwinkle. And that's another thing, you know, I think we forget that we can blend colors together over to create new colors. So the only one I'm unhappy with is the very first one that I did, and it's because I feel like I didn't use enough ink, and that is easily fixed just by going back over it again and lining up those lines. Because I wasn't sure if I was going to like it, you know, so I had to tread lightly. So I think I'm going to add a little bit more red just to make it pop out a little bit more. Okay. I kind of just did the sides on that first pass, so I want to get all around. There we go. Yeah, there we go. So doesn't that really just make them pop out a little bit more? Just accents each one. Okay. I don't know what happened there, but that's going to get cut off. That was my mistake. I probably went off the side of the stencil. But it's good that it happened there, right? Because I can just zippity-doo-dah that right off. Okay. So let me get my blending brushes off the table here. These put away. And now we're going to cut this out using that die. So I'm going to get my Spellbinders machine here. And then I want to find that perfect spot. So I'm making sure that I get some of that purple down at the bottom and some of the red up at the top. Okay, and then I'm going to cut that out. I love the music too. I agree with you. Okay, and then I'm going to get my paper towel again to just clean off all the little shreds from my die cutting machine. Sometimes it presses into the embossing powder. That's all right. So there we go, and it's got that nice little stitched edge around it to finish it off. Thank you so much. Yes, if you're watching on YouTube, we would love you to give this video a thumbs up. And also, I was looking, and you know, Tom, like only less than 50% of the people who watch our lives are subscribed. Close to 60% aren't. So if you're in that group, if you'd like to subscribe to my channel, that would be really helpful. It helps push people, well, not push people, but it helps push my videos out so more people get to see them. So if you're not a subscriber, you can hit the little subscribe button. I don't even know. It might be on the screen. I don't know what it looks like live. But if not, you'll definitely see it on my channel or on the replay. So I cut a little piece of black cardstock using the second die from Master Layout 7, which is our mini Slimline set. All right, just like that. Okay, so now I think we need to do something a little fun with the greeting. But first, I'm going to make a card base. So I'm going to get my big paper cutter up here. And I'm going to get a piece of white cardstock. So with mini Slimline cards, you'll see a lot of different opinions on what size a mini Slimline card is. I've designed our mini Slimline dies to work with our mini Slimline envelopes. And these are very similar in size, almost identical to a check envelope. And a check envelope goes through the postal system for just the price of one forever stamp or one regular stamp. So some people, their mini Slimlines might be a little longer, or they might be a little thinner, but we designed ours to make sure that it works with our envelopes and also with the post office standard. Okay, so now I'm going to cut this. The right size for our mini Slimline is 6.5 inches So that's that mark right there on this paper cutter. 6.5 by 6.25, and that's the only one that's not marked on here, but it's right at the end of the paper cutter. Okay, so that's the size for a mini slimline to fit ours. 6.5 by 6.25. And then what you want to do is you want to get your scoring tool, and there's the 6.25 inch mark. Here's the 6.5 inch side. You want to go to the 6.5 inch side, and you want to score it at 3.25 inches. And that makes the perfect size mini slimline that will fit perfectly inside our mini slimline envelopes. And again, I know I say this a lot, but I think it's really worth repeating. Mini slimlines are the perfect card size if you want to give somebody a check as a gift, like a graduation gift or a wedding gift, or you want to put money in there. Let's say, for the kids, you want to put a couple dollars in there as a gift for Christmas. Whoa, that really zoomed in fast. Sorry, I don't mean to give you guys like motion sickness. I think it's a perfect size for that. So this is going to fit right on there, and it gives you that nice little border too. I love the way our slimline, mini slimline, and all our master layouts create a nice border around your card. Okay, so I think, boy, there's so many things that we could do. We could turn this into a grateful card where we could do a big grateful going across. Or we can use one of the greetings in the stamp set, which I think might be a nice thing to do. Let's see here. We could do a circle. Be kind of fun. I have the Master Layouts 3 die set here that was designed to work with the wreath builder, and we could do a thankful for you or love you so much. Maybe I'll do love you so much. I wonder if this would be a good card to give to Rena tonight. What die set is this? Okay, so let's use this one. So this is from Master Layouts 5. And this is that really interesting combination of 3 circles that go together. And we'll do love you so much in there. So we'll do love more toward the top of the circle and then you so much at the bottom. So what I think I'll do is I'm going to cut these circles out first and stamp after they're cut. This way I can see how they're going to fit perfectly inside this this whole thing. Okay.
Sherry asks when will we get envelopes in our cardstock colors?
Well, so our cardstock, we work with several different mills here in Wisconsin to produce our cardstock. And some of our mills will do different size envelopes and some will only do A2. So not all of our cardstock colors can have matching envelopes of different sizes, but we might do a little assortment pack for the ones that do in the future. We're going to see how that would go. Okay, so what I'm going to do here next is, this is a set of 3 dies that go together. So I'm going to use this one next to cut another white one, and then the middle one I'm going to cut out with black. Thank you guys so much. Yes, if you subscribe and there's a little notification bell on our channel on YouTube. If you hit that, you actually get a notification like Gina K is going live. So sometimes even when you sign up, you kind of forget, and then you might not get that notification if you don't hit the notification bell. So I've got a little spot down here on this piece of cardstock I'm going to cut that middle circle out of. Sweet corn cardstock was discontinued, Cheryl. I'm so sorry. Our mill is not able to get a certain pigment to make it. Now, there are complementary colors out there that we could have manufactured, so we might do that in the future. We'll see. Okay, so I also think it would be really pretty to go back to the mini Slimline set. I can find it here in my big pile of mess. It might be fun to do this one, this die. And even though we're not using that circle, we can use the bigger circle and it would still, you know, provide a nice little anchor on the side. So we could do that in white. I don't know if I'm going to like white as much as I would like black, but I could cut one of each and we could try it. So let's cut a white one. I love that it has the little stitching to match. So there's a white one with the little stitching. And let's see if we can cut a black one too. And then we can decide. And I never worry about cutting extras because I'll use them on other cards for sure. You don't get the notifications? I wonder if you have to actually set up something in your own YouTube channel, like being willing to receive notifications on the app. You know, I think that might be the thing where you have to allow the app to send you notifications too. I know, it gets so complicated, doesn't it? It'd be great if I could just call y'all. I was thinking about that, not calling you, but I was thinking about maybe offering a text option where you just get a text message that says, hey, I'm going live. Would anybody like a text message from me? Let me know. Okay. So I'm going to tape this down to the black panel. Texting sounds kind of fun, actually, because I love texting. I'm a much bigger texter than I am a phone person. Although texting has its issues, right? Because I always read into text. Like, I don't know. For those of you that are moms and grandmoms out there, do you do what I do? If your kids text you and they don't use like an exclamation point or punctuation, then you think something's wrong. I'm such a wacko. I'm that person. Okay, so we could put this down here. Or we could put it more in the middle. I don't want to cover up too much of the color, but I still think it would be pretty. And the black, see, this is going to be, what did I do here? I cut them backwards. Okay, I got to recut these. But basically, this would be on top like that. But I got to recut them because I cut the wrong one in white and the wrong one in black. Heaven help me. And then I just threw them over here somewhere. All right, we're going to cut them one more time. It's a good thing it's early. Now, the black is nice. I like the black, but we might like the white better. Maybe it would be less intrusive. Let's see, though, once we get the other parts cut. The other parts cut correctly. Yeah, I know. So you guys like the idea of texting? Okay, all right. I think we could do that. Could figure that out. So I'm going to cut the plain circle. Remember, I cut it in black. I'm going to cut it in white this time, just so you guys know why I'm doing this. I got it backwards. Yeah, I think I'll do that. I have somebody that's really hounding me all the time about texting, like that they can help us do that so that I can text you guys directly, but like all at once, which would be really fun. I think I'm gonna do it. Oh, Becky, thank you. Tell him thank you so much. I'm so glad that he's watching. What's his name? Can you just give me his first name? If you don't want to, I understand. If you catch the name Becky says, just in case I'm looking down. Becky has a 3-year-old that's watching, so I don't think she said it yet, but okay. So now what I would do here is I would put this one here and then this one here and then this one on top. And you see you get that cute little beaded edge around there. I love that. That's just so pretty. Okay. So now we are going to, I'm going to get my Misty because now I'm getting into the trying to line more than one greeting up. I'm gonna get rid of these so I don't make a mistake. Okay. And I think you guys are right. A lot of you are saying you like the white banner better. Okay. I know, that's so sweet that he's watching. All right, so I'm just going to tape that down. I put just a tiny little bit of tape on the back. And so I'm just going to tape that down. And then I'm going to do love. And then I'm going to do you so much. Carolyn, I think I've got it playing here off to the side, and it looks like I'm not having any stopping and starting problems. So I'm wondering maybe if just a lot of people are on the internet in your area. Okay, so you like black better, huh? Okay. All right, let's see. So that's good. That leaves me room. I might go up just a hair more. All right, so we'll put love first. Yeah, you can also go out and come back in and see if that works a little better for you. Okay, I'm going to get my ink cube because that's a big ink pad. So I've got my ink cube here. And this is the first time I'm inking this up. So I almost want to just practice it a couple times on a piece of plain cardstock. So I think I'll do that. I'm just going to stamp it. Piece of plain cardstock. Ink it again. Sometimes if you just ink it a couple times. Yeah, now it's starting to look better. Okay. So, plus I think I use my black ink cube so much, I think I need to re-ink it. Black is one of those colors that at least for me, I use it all the time. I use my Chucky tool too. I'm going to ink it a second time just to make it a little darker. And then I'm going to re-ink this thing. There we go. Looking good. All right. Did I put all my tidy towels away? I think I did. So we're going to do you so much.
Gina, whatever happened to the cardstock bundle?
Well, our mill discontinued some of the pigments, so a couple of our cardstocks retired. And so we used to do like color families that matched our ink cubes, but we don't have all colors anymore. So we decided instead to do short and tall cuts, which allowed people to get smaller batches of already pre-cut cardstock, or they could get 10 packs instead of the 25 packs, so they could get less cardstock so they could try more colors at a cheaper price. I still don't feel like that's straight. So, Cameron, is that your name? Hi, Cameron. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you're having a great time stamping with your mom or your grandmom. Or both. But it's great to have you here. So glad that you're watching the live. So we just wrapped up 8 new colors of cardstock and ink, not cardstock, of ink. Colors that I felt like were missing in my collection. And we're talking to our ink manufacturer right now about timelines and when they could be done. So yes, we are adding new colors. Of course, everything is taking forever to get made. Stamps, stencils, everything. And again, I mean, I know people don't like to hear that it has to do with COVID, but it does, because what's happening is, first of all, companies are just lower staffed than they used to be. There are people that still haven't come back to work. There are areas in the world where certain products are manufactured that enable U.S. companies to manufacture products. For example, all of our stamps are made here in the United States. However, there are certain chemicals that go into making photopolymer that come from other countries. And some of those countries are in much worse shape than us, and they're still on lockdown or they're not fully staffed. So, yeah, it's been a challenge for not just my company, but a lot of companies trying to get what they need. Okay, so now I attached that together, and now this whole thing is going to go on this white circle. I just love this setup. Isn't that just so pretty? How it just looks like a decorative little edge. It's really pretty in other colors too, so you don't have to do black, but you know, I'm doing black because I've got the black outline on my card here. Okay, so this could pop in like this, or we could do it with the black one, where you get a little bit of black on the sides, and that would accent the white a little more. But I don't know, do you feel like the black is just so bold on there compared to the white? The white just makes it look a little bit more, I don't know, it's not so much.
Yes.
Yeah, you like that, Tom?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, all right, we're going to go with Tom today. We'll let Tom have an opinion. Although whatever ones you guys decide to do on your own cards, I know it will be beautiful. Okay, so let me clean this up a little so it's nicer to look at while you're watching. All right, so first we're going to attach this panel to our white card base. Okay, it looks like most people are agreeing with you, Tom. It was hard to tell too, because I was thinking black at first, but then when you see it all done, I agree. I think the white looks a little better. Okay. And then we'll put this on, and I'm just going to kind of cover down here a little bit just to make sure we still get some blue and purple in there. It could go right in the center, but it eats up all the yellow, so we'll do it down here. So we still have green, and I'm just lining up the stitches. And then we could even pop that up if you want to. That would be kind of a neat element to pop up. Shall we pop it up? Let's pop it up. We've got lots of foam squares laying around, and they're pretty thin, so it's not a huge pop-up, but I'll just do them right across the center. So it just pops up on the band. Yeah, vellum would have been good too, Roxanne. I don't know why I didn't think of that. Vellum would have been really nice, because then you would have still have seen a little bit of the color coming in on the sides. Very good idea. Okay. There we go. Love you so much. So there's my finished card. That was just fun and easy, right? Sign that, put a little check in there, a little congratulations on your graduation. I like that. All right, so Tom, can we do the thing where people can see the card, but you and I are in the corners?
Of course.
All right, let's do that. I like that. When they get to see the card, but then you and I, there we are. Oh, I love that. All right, well, we are 1 minute shy of our full hour here, and I think that it is time to give this card away. So, Tom, who is going to win this card? Do we have an answer?
Yes, the winner of the card
Okay.
This beautiful card goes to Cameron.
Cameron, our little 3-year-old that's watching. Cameron, you get to have this card. That's so exciting. Yay! That's the perfect recipient, I think. That was not as random, though, as it usually is. But congratulations, Cameron. I hope that you enjoy this card. I'm going to make a second one for Rena, and we're going to send this one to you. Oh, wow. So this was a super fun live. I hope you guys had fun, too, today. I have lots more card ideas with this bundle, so I hope you guys will keep tuning in. I do want to tell you that on Monday there is something very special coming. This is a collaboration that I am doing with ThermoWeb. And I don't know if you guys remember last year, but we released some gnomes. We released a gnome kit, and lots of you got that kit, but lots of you didn't get that kit. So that's all I'm going to say, but we have something very special coming on Monday. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to do a lunchtime live for ThermoWeb, and then we'll come back Monday night and do a second live featuring our bundle. So are you guys up for 2 lives with me in one day? What do you think, Tom? You're gonna get your fingers are gonna hurt from the guitar, all that guitar playing.
Yeah, man.
But so I just wanted to give you guys a heads up that something exciting and fun is going to come on Monday, and we're going to actually do 2 lives. Okay, well, with that being said, Cameron, we're going to send you this card out. Just get your mom or grandmom, I'm not sure who was watching with Cameron, but just have them send their name and address and your name to info@ginakdesigns.com, and we'll get this card sent out for you. All right, you guys, thank you all so much for being here. Happy Wednesday. I hope you have a great rest of your week and a fantastic weekend. We'll see you again real soon. Love you so much. Okay, bye-bye.